Hello, my name is Mae Whittick. Welcome to Her Conversations, Tools for the Awakening. Her is an acronym for Higher Energetic Resonance. This is the optimal state to embody in order to attract our highest desires. What is the awakening? This is the moment in time when humanity rises up out of the darkness. Who's awakening? Each one of us present on Earth today, reclaiming our sovereignty, seeking greater possibilities in our reality and looking for solutions. We know being awakened is not a lofty ideal but a necessity. If we can transform ourselves, we can change the world. Guests on Her Conversations will speak to your spirituality, sensuality and soul. Listen to their stories and hear how they are in service to the world. Let their words in these conversations embolden and inspire you. This episode is inspired and dedicated to the many people who I've spoken to or who have messaged me over the past couple of years. People who are feeling isolated, lonely, misunderstood, ostracised, ridiculed. People of all ages who are recognising the brutal reality of the world we've been entranced by. Discovering the truth creates a domino effect. I spoke previously of resonance, and resonance is, to quote the dictionary definition, something that evokes an association. And association brings in words like connection, alliance, parallel, togetherness. Discovering the truth of the world shifts your frequency. And think about when you first started on your journey, the buzz, the excitement that you felt, and the world was new, even despite the darkest revelations. And your vibration shifted from the low drone of entrapment to something more stimulating, passionate and real. And it was palpable, and you were changed, and people noticed. And now you stood out, and maybe you spoke out. And your confidence grew as you found this new expanded space of you. But not everyone gets there at the same time. And those who witnessed this rapid change in you felt the loss. Not only of how they related to you, but also the shift in their reality. And they had not invited this into their life. They were not prepared for this. So they did the only thing that they knew how to do, and they sought safety. And in seeking that safety, they rejected any challenge to that, and that included you. The way of the world is to do as it says, when it says you should, and not ask any questions. If you do as it says, you will be rewarded and live a good life. But as so many of us have known that this template doesn't work for truly any of us, and most of us have sat with the discomfort until it became unbearable and we made changes. The world knows this is a false ideal, so it then presents us with distractions, entertainment, escapism, consumerism, which most people will willingly indulge in to suppress that underlying, ever-present feeling of emptiness. Because so few people discuss their existential longings, the assumption is made by the individual that they're alone, even crazy. And it can feel crazy when you begin to question your life and society, when you are confident that things are not as you've been told they are. You're in a space of mental limbo, so you're not believing what you've believed, but you're not yet knowing what the truth is. And if you dare to stay in the question, this vacuum of no solid belief, the answer will be delivered to you. This is the joy that you feel when you see the confirmation of your inquiry magically delivered to you. Your world shifts, and so do you. And this is a time when you disconnect from your old identity as one of the herd, but unfortunately for you, society does not accept free-thinking individuals. This is a time of rejection, and the isolation that initially comes with it is painful. Being alone will initially trigger our fear of abandonment. The world has provided direction and validation for our entire lives. If people agree, then it meant we were doing well and we were a good person. So now people have decided that you are not doing well and not a good person. And worse still, you're a danger, you're selfish, you're crazy. This is the test, your test. Will you abandon your principles for the approval of others, or will you stand up for yourself? When you start to move and elevate yourself, people who are not on their own journey of expansion will have a harsh light thrown on their own stuckness. And it's challenging, it is uncomfortable, it is inconvenient. You have shown them an opportunity, a catalyst for them to change, but few will see it that way. As we've witnessed and experienced for the past 2 years, people are unwilling to accept the truth that humanity is at war with evil. Even in the face of overwhelming and continuously mounting evidence, life was blissful living in ignorance, or to quote Mark Pazio, and I highly recommend researching his work, ignorance. Awakening is an inside job, is a solo endeavour. Power comes with responsibility, the responsibility to seek what works best for our lives, our health, our education, far away from the crowd who only follow in the footsteps of others without wondering where and why they are wandering. They are lost, not you. As you pull away, what you're experiencing is disorientation, getting to know and trust your inner compass, calibrating to the guidance of your soul that knows the way and has been waiting patiently for you to tune in. Your personal growth should be celebrated, but first, celebrated by you. Dig into getting to know who you could really be. Notice the spaces both physically and metaphorically that you can now move into without being concerned that somebody else is getting triggered and judging you. This is the greatest discovery, and build on this. Recognize how sure and confident you feel. Acknowledge the times when you abandoned yourself and forgive all involved. Feel your strength rising and radiate that without apology. People who truly love you allow you to be different. People content with themselves love to see others shine. The former suppressed version of you is all that society wanted for you. They wanted us all to play small and be ignorant. If you begin to change and that creates a problem, this is an indication that your relationship, whoever it was with and however long you were connected, was conditional. It was functional with an inhibited version of yourself. Why would people only be comfortable relating to you not being in your fullness? Although it feels like you're doing this on your own, you are not. Millions of people are experiencing this splitting off from the hypnosis of the world and discovering themselves. This is your initiation period. You will be so much stronger for it. Soon people will need you and come to you. You will be able to guide them because you have experienced everything every one of us has to go through. We are helping each other out through this. Feel into the strength you are now living from. Imagine everyone on the planet being that empowered and then coming together. We have to awaken alone before we all awaken. We are where we are at this moment in time because we have allowed the world to lull us into complacency. Now, at the final moment, it is leading off into the abyss of servitude unless we snap out of the trance and take full responsibility for ourselves as individuals, who then, as sovereign, individuated people, coordinate with similar souls to create a world we all deserve. Thank you for listening, and thank you again to all of the people who reached out, emails and DMs on Instagram, just sharing their experiences, and I just felt I wanted to speak into that because I understand. It's been great to just take some time out from the last episode, and that was a solo episode at Christmas Eve. I think I let that out, something like that. So it's been well over a month. And I've been taking personal time to really sit back and explore within myself what is happening within me, how I'm relating to the world, what I'm giving to the world, and it's been useful. Also, it's been time for me to recuperate from the flu, FLU, the flu. Remember her? Okay. So I've been interviewing some amazing guests as well this past week, so I'm looking forward to sharing them with you and their perspectives on what's happening. And it's just great to see how everyone that I speak to is growing and just really feeling a sense of needing to be of service at this time, and really feeling that this is the work and this is the reason that we were born at this time. With all the changes and with all the confusion and fear of others being projected on us, somehow we've managed to find strength and then find each other. So it's been a useful and very important and pivotal time. If you want to reach out to me, you can do so via my social media, Kazmic, Kazmick, on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook, so that's Carol Mae Whittick. You can find me there. And my website is carolmaewhittick.com, CarolMaewhittick.com. do feel free to sign up to the newsletter, and I will be opening up my new Telegram channel in a week or so as well. So until then, have an amazing week and reach out to me and let's have a conversation. Take care.